It's not that easy actually to see you, yeah, because the light is very light. The light is very bright. Thank you, Janine, for the very kind introduction. So I'm Heiner. I'm the CEO of momox. I had been CEO of Ricardo before. I had been CEO of Kleinanzeigen, eBay Kleinanzeigen, before it was called Kijiji back then. And since 12 years, I have the huge pleasure to lead momox through all that growth. Before I start, I would like to give you a very brief intro what momox is doing. We are the e-commerce leader we heard from Europe, I would even say worldwide. And e-commerce is something which is extremely easy, and that's actually one of our USPs. So we do buy products that you don't need any longer. So we buy your used books, your used CDs, and for all the women in the auditorium, we even buy your used fashion items. It all starts with you have our momox app, download it on your phone, you scan the barcode, we immediately provide you the price. You pack it all in one parcel, we pay for postage, so we pay for the shipping to us, and once the parcel arrives in our logistic facilities, then we obviously check it quickly, and we pay out the promised amount to your bank account. Then we obviously are the owners of that product, and your customer USP is that it's extremely easy. So you save about 80% of all the time that you would have been investing if you sell the same items on, for example, eBay. And it's sustainable. You give all those products a second life. And at the end of the day, obviously, you also make some money. When we are the owners of those products, we obviously are not collectors, so we don't want to sit on those items forever. Yeah, we want to sell them, so we also are an e-commerce company. And then we are a pretty normal e-commerce company, like many of you as well. So we sell through Amazon, we sell through eBay. We are actually, by fact, the largest seller on Amazon, not just here in Germany, but also worldwide. We are also an eBay seller. There we are only the third largest eBay seller worldwide. We also sell on other platforms like Fnac in France or Rakuten or Aber Books. And obviously we have our own shops. Actually, those own shops represent by far more than 50% of all our sales. In fashion, even over 90%. Books and media, we sell on Medimobs. Fashion, we sell on momox fashion. And customer USPs are there again. It's very sustainable that you buy from us as a customer because it's secondhand product. It didn't need to be produced. And it comes with all the services that normal e-commerce offers. And it's very affordable. So secondhand products are around about 70% less expensive than new products. So this is what momox does. And I know that you're not coming here to listen into a company presentation. You were coming here to listen into what is momox doing, what is e-commerce doing on AI. And I'm the CEO, so I'm obviously not an expert in AI, but I can tell you what we have been doing, and maybe that gives you a bit of inspiration around what you can do in your company as well. Just very briefly, again, we heard it before, momox has been buying and selling already some 400 million items. That's 400,000 items a day, 400,000 items every single day. We have had not just 300, but even 350 million euros in revenues in 23. We have about 2,500 employees in 3 locations. Most of them obviously work in logistics. And whatever we buy today, we will sell around about 50% of that within the next coming 4 weeks. So, what are the particular challenges that we have in e-commerce, particular in comparison to what you know from your own experiences in other e-commerce companies? The first bullet point that I have here is pricing, and you are wondering because you probably say pricing is not a particular challenge of e-commerce; it's a challenge of e-commerce. Yeah, every single e-commerce company obviously has that same challenge. For us, I would say it's even more a challenge because we are setting prices on both sides. We are setting prices for those customers that sell to us, for our sellers, and we have customers on the other side, buyers that buy from us, and we set prices on both sides. Our assortment is extremely large, so we have around about 15 million items that we have physically stocked in our warehouse in Leipzig. That's just books and media. We can add around about 1.5 million further items on fashion. And obviously the assortment plus the particularity that we have unique items gives particular challenges in pricing, and we'll come to that in a second. Quality control. Why is that a particular challenge for e-commerce? It is a particular challenge because we need to check every single item. We cannot just do spot checks like many of you will do in your logistic facilities. We have to make sure that every single item that we buy is quality controlled because obviously our obligations when we sell are exactly the same that you have. And I will come to in a second what we are doing with AI there. Product selection, I think many of you will have buying departments or buying function that make sure that the assortment that you sell is exactly what you want to offer. We do this just with AI and pricing, so we don't have a single buyer in momox. Customer expectations, I think there we share a lot of challenges, packaging, probably the same, and scalability as well. So first topic I want to speak about what momox is doing with AI is pricing. I said it before, our assortment is round about 15 million items that we have physically on stock. That's around about 4 million SKUs in books and media, and another, let's call it 1.5 million SKUs in fashion. So the assortment is extremely vast. And that tells you that pricing, like it was done in the old days, with knowledge about the assortment, knowledge about the product, and then maybe looking out to competitors and looking out maybe a bit into demand and supply, will not work at all. Since the 20 or over the 20 years that momox is operating, we always have been doing pricing purely with algorithms and purely data-driven. And since a little while, AI is heavily supporting all those algorithms. So we have fed our own AI systems with the 400 million trades that we have been doing already, so that we can determine a couple of factors that are extremely important to us and manage our pricing systems with those. So we are not relying on any external systems that we have been buying. We are not relying on external experts that grab demand from other sites or whatever you are using. We have been building all this ourselves, and it's extremely important for us because with pricing, we not just steer our margin on the outbound side, we also steer the margin on our inbound side. With pricing, we determine how quickly the inventory will turn, because we do pricing on the inbound side. With higher prices on the inbound side, obviously we can get a little bit more supply. We cannot go out to a publisher or to a brand and tell them, oh, that item was turning nicely, and so we need more of that. It's exactly the opposite. Very often items that turn extremely well on our outbound side, we cannot buy on the inbound side. Think about Freiheit from Angela Merkel, which was published in close to Christmas last year. We could have sold a lot more of those books, but unfortunately, all those books were not read yet. So we could have set whatever price on the inbound side. Nobody would have sold us that book, or very little people were selling us this book. So that tells you about also what challenges we have in our inbound side. Or think about particular book like this. We are not just selling on our own site, we're also selling on Amazon and other channels. And with pricing, we also do this channel steering. So if Freiheit from Angela Merkel, which is a very scarce product for us, is selling well on Amazon, we may not even offer that on Amazon, or we may only offer that on Amazon for a too high price. Because the cost that we are having on Amazon are way higher than the cost of selling exactly the same product on our own site on MediaMobs. Or exactly the same with channel steering between different countries that we have. If we do have a scarce product, we may not be very competitive on sites in France versus sites in Germany, because again, logistic costs to France for us are way higher than logistic cost in Germany. So with our AI-driven pricing that we do on both our buying side and our selling side, we recalculate prices every 30 minutes. So we update all of our 15 million prices, but 1.5 million prices of our products every 30 minutes to manage our inventory, to manage our margins, to manage our sell-through rates, to manage our assortment that we buy. We include in this AI algorithms the different costs that we have throughout the whole value chain. Particularly, we look at postage. Why is postage so important for us? Because we not pay only postage once, like many of you, we pay postage twice. We pay postage on the inbound side, and we pay postage on the outbound side. A heavy book, a thick book, will then cost more postage than a thin little book that you may find someplace else. So pricing is definitely one of the key elements of every single e-commerce company. And I would argue for e-commerce, it's even more important. Next topic that I may show you is here. More efficient quality control. So when you look at fashion, we buy, for example, this used jacket from Heiner. And it arrives in our warehouse, and I was saying before, the customer scans the barcode. For fashion, unfortunately, that doesn't work, because for fashion there is no catalog of products where you could scan a barcode and then know exactly that is a blue jacket from whatever it is, Hugo Boss, and know the size. In fashion, we ask our customers to tell us just 3 things. Which is the brand, is it for children, for men or women, and which type of clothing it is. So jacket, man, Hugo Boss. So it arrives in our warehouse, and obviously the employees there look at which condition it is, and will we really buy it, or is it in a condition which we don't accept. But when we want to sell it, obviously we have to provide a lot more information about this jacket. We need to say that it is dark blue. We need to say which style it is. We need to definitely say which material it consists of. We need to say a lot of other attributes. And all those attributes in the past had been done manually. For every single item, somebody needed to type in this into our product management database, if you like. Today, we are doing this based on picture recognition and based with AI, which you can imagine saves a lot of cost when you know that we are processing some 20,000 items in fashion every single day. So that is, again, an application of AI in quality control, in our AI, in our inbound processes, where we have reduced and will reduce cost by a lot. Next point that I wanted to speak about just briefly is personalization and customer understanding. When you look at our shops, so Medimops and momox Fashion, you will probably say that looks very much like a shop that you manage yourself, which is true. And that's actually the intention, that customers that buy from us have the same experience than buying from Zalando or buying from Amazon. I think there are two differences that we manage internally. And it's again the large assortment that we have. And it's that we have unique items. So a lot of the normal personalization tools or customization tools that you use, we try to use as well, but we are limited by the fact that a customer can buy from us that one item only once. Once he bought it, it's gone. And we don't have the same Levi's 501 jeans again. We may have it, but we actually don't know that it's the same one because we don't know that it's the same. We know it's the same size, but it may be in a different condition, or it may be actually another model, which we don't know. So again, a lot of what you know from your own shops, we try to replicate, but we need to adapt the tools, adapt the search, adapt the browse to the circumstances that, first of all, the assortment is that large and it's unique items, particularly in fashion, where regular tools come to their limitations. And we are not stopping there. So it's not that what I have been speaking so far is the limits of what we do. We look into how can we further increase efficiencies in our processes, particularly on the outbound side. We ship around about 60,000 parcels every single day. So process efficiencies, in particular our outbound operations, are a huge focus of our team currently. We are currently investing much more than 10 million euros in efficiency projects where we increase the pick routing, where we increase the pick density, where we look into how can we apply there with the huge data that we have there, more optimal processes. We look into how can we optimize the selection of packaging with AI. We have been going through customer support processes. I assume many of you have been doing the same in the past 2 years or so. We have been using already an AI chatbot, which provides very good results. We look into how can we do quality control. I was speaking about this before, even better with AI, which could result in fewer returns and then obviously higher sales for us. So AI is transforming e-commerce. I assume not just e-commerce, but also many of the e-commerce operations that you run. Not just for e-commerce, but I assume also for e-commerce, pricing could become a lot more powerful with AI applications. In quality control, AI can provide not just for e-commerce, but also I assume for e-commerce. A lot of efficiency, product selection. Yeah, if you have been doing this manually with the buying departments, I would assume that with all the data that you have yourself, AI can support a lot. Recommendations anyway, custom support, I think is a big topic for AI. And in logistics, again, if you run larger operations, yeah, you do have a lot of data which can be used in AI to further optimize those processes. That means AI helps us to support us in our mission. Our mission is we want to save our planet one second-hand product at a time. And with the help of technology and with the help of AI, we will be and are coming to this a little closer every single day. Thank you so much. It was the first session of that day. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. And we still have some 8 minutes time for questions, if there are some.
Could you be a bit more concrete when it comes to pricing? What are you doing? Do you compare to other sellers? Do you compare to other buyers? So how does it work?
Yeah. I try to be a bit more explicit. Yeah, pricing is always a bit of the Coca-Cola recipe. Yeah, that nobody speaks too much about it. I think what we do in pricing on the outbound side resembles in many parts very well with what many of you will be doing. So we definitely look out what are competitive prices, and with on some platforms, we need to be competitive to sell. For example, on Amazon, there you need to be extremely competitive, otherwise you simply don't sell at all. But we also look at our inventory levels, and that is maybe something that other e-commerce players don't need to do that well, because other e-commerce players can just reorder. We can't reorder. We can just sell what we have currently on stock, and we may have some predictions about what we will be buying in the coming days or weeks. But that can't be for sure. So AI helps us to do two things. First of all, a forecast of supply and a forecast of demand over the coming days or weeks. Because inventory levels for us are always limited to the amount that we can buy, even if we would increase prices on our inbound side. So that is one important thing. And then what we are aiming for is obviously increase absolute contribution margin. So relative contribution margin times the number of items that we have. And that we use then to do also the channel steering that I was speaking about, because some channels are causing much higher cost for us, particular marketplaces where usually there is a commission that we pay, which is based on like the sales price, but also has a fixed component. So that is included in our channel steering that we do. So that is, and obviously in contribution margin, we know all the cost elements. So we know the variable cost elements that we have in our logistic facilities, or other fixed costs that we have. On the inbound side, it's, I would say, a bit more complicated. Because on the inbound side, there is price elasticity. but price elasticity has multiple factors. Price elasticity exists per basket that customer sells, and the customer sells us on average 20 items. And there is an element of, okay, if you don't reach a certain level as a seller, then you may give up at one point. Yeah? So think about the process that the seller went through. So he scans a book, he gets a price from us of €1.50, he scans one other book, we say we don't buy it, he scans one other book, we say we don't buy it, one other book, we don't buy it, yeah, and then the seller may give up yeah, because he thinks, oh, they are they don't want what I offer them. What we obviously need to incentivize is that he continues until he has scanned through the whole pile of books that he has available. So we may slot in here or there just an incentive where we know that we will not sell that book. We give him a price of 15 cents anyways, so that he continues selling. And all of that, we obviously have data, so we are not doing this randomly. We do this based on data that we have from that customer, from other customers, so that the selling process is fulfilling for the seller, but also obviously at the end of the day fulfilling for us, because we know that retailers always earn the margin not on the selling side, but on the buying side. So the price that we pay needs to be low enough so that we make a margin, and high enough that the seller is satisfied with the process at the end of the day.
Okay, thank you very much. We have time for one very short question with a very short answer, which is over here.
Over here. Thank you very much for your presentation today. I would have a question about AI. So super happy that you're leveraging so much AI in your business. The question is, new regulation is coming out towards AI regarding the AI Act, among other pieces of documentation that is actually going to restrain and limit the amount of decisions that we can do in AI. How easy it is for you to lead that transformation from your business attending to a changing regulatory environment? And do you have advices on good partnerships that you made in the realm of AI to help you on that journey? I'm quite sure we would also benefit from that.
Yeah. Very, very important question. Regulation, data security is extremely important. So we have our own legal team that always looks at that. And obviously, we all know that data security, particularly in Europe, is important. It's also important for the customers that we have. So I don't have a good advice, if you like, but the only good advice is take that seriously and speak with your legal teams so that you're always legally compliant. Thank you so much again.